Tuesday! I hope you're having a wonderful day. For those that see sunlight in the sky, I hope you are taking it all in and enjoying every single second. I see it outside my window and I'm just like, I cannot wait to go for a walk after this live, but of course. I'm so excited for today's guest. She is a genre fluid artist. We actually recently reconnected at an event, and we'll get more into that later, but yeah, this conversation is going to be really great because she is a mother pursuing art with her man, with her fiance, and she's so well established, and I'm just like, I'm really so excited for you guys to tune into this conversation here. All of the things. We're talking about sustainability in music. We are talking about Miss Tina Davis, the freaking legend, and we'll be talking about, obviously, SABRE's journey in the music industry. So tune in, enjoy this conversation. Let's enjoy this jam in the background. It's called Purple Cobra as we welcome SABRE.
Hello, thank you.
Cool. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for that amazing intro.
Yes, girl, I try to do my best, but we'll be able to like get into more of your career and everything throughout this conversation, of course.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, thank you for joining me. We recently reconnected at Girls Connected, a conversation with Tina Davis.
That was everything.
Okay, so for those that don't know, Tina Davis, she is the president of Empire, which is a record label. I think they have 7 locations across the world, from what I recall. And then she was also Chris Brown's former manager.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to get some insight from a beast in the music industry. She's recently recognized as one of the major women in music by Billboard. So yeah, we were able to like sit in on a conversation hosted by Girls Connected to kind of just like hear her insight about navigating the music industry, being a manager, being an A&R, and then obviously being the president of Empire. What were some of your takeaways from that conversation, but also like how was that conversation for you?
Yeah, she obviously was just giving us everything we needed to know, like all the inspiration. My takeaway was just like her resilience, I think, in the industry. Her ability to connect with people on a professional level while still, you know, being feminine and being present. And yeah, I grew up with Chris Brown. I feel like if you didn't listen to Chris Brown, you're not a millennial. Or, you know, like he's just impacted the culture so much. So to really just see the engine behind why that is, and why his brand has longevity, I really found value in everything she said. So I was taking lots of notes. I know you were too.
Honestly, no. And I think it was so interesting too. Like, I remember the point where during the conversation, she was like, yeah, people called me and they were like, are you like Chris Brown's manager? Like the girl behind Chris Brown or whatever. And she's like, no, I'm Tina Davis, not Chris Brown, Tina Davis.
No, for sure. She's like, she's really held her own.
Yeah. It was really refreshing, and I think you did a really good. You hit it on the like you did a really good job talking about the feminine part, because I feel like sometimes in the industry you get so carried away with the workload that sometimes your femininity aspects kind of get like left behind because you just have to become something else. But she was like really reminding us, like, depending on who you want to be and what type of girl you are, the decisions and the factors that you have to consider when pursuing A&R or just the music industry in general. So that was like really refreshing to hear.
I agree. Yeah. She gave us so much. She
for
gave
me,
us, like,
one of
strategy. She gave us like, you know, pretty much where the music industry's at. She kind of broke it all down. So I feel really grateful to just be a part of that.
Seriously. One of the things that has stuck with me till today is just the idea of just having a clear vision.
Yeah.
That was something that she briefly talked about, but it's just like so interesting that how important having a clear vision is when navigating the
Mm,
industry. Because she was like, once you have a clear vision, you'll be able to attract the right people to you.
yeah,
And so it's like such generic advice, but it applies to this industry sector because there's so many different departments. There's so many different ways to pursue a career in the music industry, right? So without that vision or clear vision, it's easy to get lost in the noise as well.
so true. So true. I didn't learn that until later, I feel like, in my career.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I started pretty young. So yeah, as I got older, I was kind of like maturing through the industry and trying different things. But I don't know, I feel like it always kind of comes back to my like inner child, and what I'm trying to accomplish in music is really from that place. So it's been interesting. I can definitely speak to like, feeling totally lost in the sauce at different points in my life. But yeah, she definitely hit on it.
Yeah. And like you started around the age of 19, right? Or was it
Well, I was
earlier?
writing songs by the time I was like 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
And then I was auditioning by the time I was like 13, 14, 15. Just kept going with it and like had it as a nice hobby. And then I did get signed when I was 19. So that's really when I started to break in.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. And so what inspired you to pursue music and entertainment in the first place, especially at such a young age? Were your parents
Yeah,
just like, get it, girl?
kind of. Yeah, they were super supportive, and they noticed, like, you clearly have a knack for singing. Like, why don't you just try to get your hands dirty?
Hmm.
I did a couple plays when I was younger. I was in musical theater. I did hip hop, like I danced. I just really wanted to be moving and expressing myself. I just felt the most alive doing that.
Yeah.
So I continued, yeah, and here we are.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And so at 19, you got signed. I can imagine how exciting that was, but also the component of getting lost in the sauce. Did you know what type of artist you wanted to be at that age? Like, did you
Mhm.
have a vision at that
So
age?
I got signed as a songwriter to a publishing deal. So it was an opportunity and I took it. And I'm really glad I did. I didn't know anything about that. Before walking into it, I actually ended up signing a deal because I was auditioning for The Voice, if you're familiar with that show. Most people are.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was auditioning. I was in line singing with some other folks who were also auditioning. And then this guy, he's like, you should really talk to this producer of mine. He's signing new artists and he's working
Yeah.
with TV networks and all these things. But it's a very specific type of deal in music. You're pretty much working as a voice. And
Mhm.
I wrote songs with him. So I got my publishing, which was great. And we just did sync placements like for essentially now it was a 10-year deal, and
Wow.
it's been ongoing. So it's really one of the best deals I've ever had. I don't work with them anymore. After we kind of finished working together, we kind of realized, okay, like I actually do want to be an artist and perform live. So I need to go figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
So it helped me kind of clarify my vision. So yeah, I would say at that time, no, I didn't know that was all going to happen to me.
That's amazing. And so was that at Park Drive
Yeah,
Productions?
was.
Mm.
It was. So Tim Feehan, he's like the main executive producer there. He's actually a Canadian.
Yeah, that's what I
And
was
then yeah, he made
gonna say.
him.
I was like, he's Juno winner. Yeah.
He is like, honestly, if you like a little bit of music history, I have his vinyl if you want to borrow it. But he's incredible. He's such a powerhouse songwriter, and he was very like glam rock 80s kind of style, but he has this sort of
Mhm.
R&B voice and R&B influence. So we had a lot
Mhm.
of crossover, just with our styles, and he really mentored me. He was kind of one of the first to just help me with my voice, and push me. Like he really pushed me, just to a place where I was like completely out of my comfort zone, with range and stuff. So it was good.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so that was when you were in LA, right?
Yeah, I'm from Southern
So
California.
California, yeah.
That's where I'm from.
And
Yeah.
so like during that time when you were songwriting and like producing all of these demos,
Mhm.
was it easy, or like how would you describe that experience developing your pen at the age of 19, not and that's such and not necessarily knowing exactly what you walked into, but then ended up like establishing yourself as a songwriter with a decent pen?
Yeah. I just really like cut my teeth. I really took every opportunity that came my way. I mean, I was so young at the time, so I didn't really have too many responsibilities. I mean, now I'm a mom, so it's totally different.
Yeah.
And so yeah, anytime like I would hear wind of a session happening, I would just be like, can I come? Like, can I go? Can I observe? Can I watch? And then, when in the right moments, in those types of sessions, I might say, I have an idea for this. If there's just like the perfect moment that you're not, squashing a session and you're trying to network, you're trying to build yourself, you might as well shoot your shot. That was kind of my mantra or my approach.
Yeah.
And sometimes it didn't work out. Sometimes people were like, nah, like we're good, but many times I was able to just, push the door down myself because I had something to say. I had an ear. I felt like I was really actively pushing myself, and just believing in myself the whole way. That was really kind of what I anchored in.
Yeah. Okay. And so was this also around the same time when you got sync placements?
Yeah.
Or is that
this that deal was like 100% sync.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. And so that overall deal and overall experience was very valuable, but it also helped you just be a sustainable artist as well, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's great to still get checks from that work today and be like, it was worth my time, because I was in university full time and I would go to school like 8 a.m. till whatever, 5 p.m. throughout the day. Sometimes I would have a night class, but after 5 o'clock, I would get in my car, drive like 30 minutes north to the studio. Sometimes it would take me an hour. I would cut a session for like 4 hours and then I would go back and take a night class. Like it was really, really intense. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it now, just thinking about the experience and like the leverage that provided me. I mean, I would say I don't have any producers that have like as direct sync contacts as Tim did. But still, it's extremely valuable time and energy spent.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so but your opportunity was like really a one-off. You were just there at The Voice, hoping to get on The Voice, and then bam, comes a deal.
Yeah, it was cool. And it definitely opened the door. Definitely opened the door because like as soon as I had that catalog of work, I was just pitching myself in other places, and just kind of got the ball rolling. Like I said, I was like behind myself, my own cheerleader, my own manager, and it got me to where I am today.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Thanks. And so after that whole phase, you moved out to Toronto and you were able to pursue that live music stuff that was buzzing in your heart, right?
Yeah. Everyone thought I was crazy. They're like, why are you here? You're from California. Like, we want to go there. And I get it. LA's like very appealing, and it's definitely like an entertainment hub. It's an industry. But yeah, I think in order to grow a fan base, you really need to be connected. And I just find everything I need is here in Toronto.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So not a lot of people say that. I need to know, what is it about the city that keeps you here, that makes you want to continue pursuing music here compared to LA or California?
I think just like coming in with that experience kind of gave me an advantage as to how I could help artists here. And yeah, I feel like I'm more of a mentor. I'm definitely an investor in Canadian artists now because I can speak to stepping out of your comfort zone, taking chances, trying something new. And I always encourage artists from Toronto to go to LA. Like if that's your dream and if that's what you want, it's there for you. But yeah, like clear vision is, I think, such a great theme for this conversation because you can do a million things in LA. You'll become an actor one day. You'll drive Uber to make it all happen, like whatever. But you really have to stay focused. And when I'm here in Toronto, I just find that I'm right here with everyone in the industry, having one-on-one conversations. And yeah, there's definitely like a community spirit in the music industry. I'm trying to like build more connections with women in the industry. That's like a huge passion of mine. So yeah, there's a lot to say to that if I answered it.
Wow. Okay, so it's mostly community then.
That's, yeah, I feel like a huge why, a huge purpose for me, because I realized like maybe 5, 6 years ago that doing it alone was really, really hard.
Yeah.
And like building a brand, and actually I talk about this a lot with like the people I'm around, is like, what is going to make people care? What's going to make them remember your music? And it really does come down to having a strong brand, having a strong voice, having a strong like set of things to say. What do you really stand for? I think people just care more about you as an artist when you have stuff like that to say. So yeah, community has really been my purpose. I've been collaborating like for the past 5 years, just with loads of different artists, whether I'm writing, whether I'm singing, whether I'm singing background vocals. It doesn't really matter. I think for me, I'm just happy to do it, and happy to still be a part of the music industry all these years later, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's amazing. And I'm glad you're able to find community here, especially one that is so supportive and open to collaboration. That's beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, out of all of your skill sets, what would you say are you most passionate about? Are you more passionate about singing, solo, songwriting? Yeah.
Yeah, my pen is really like my superpower. It's probably the thing I've worked on the most, you know, throughout this career. And it's the thing I feel most confident approaching other artists about, being like, hey, like, you know, I'm like an A&R myself, I think, deep down, or like a DJ from the past, in a past life. But I really just love finding artists before they break.
Yeah.
And because I'm a songwriter, I really like helping them come up. I don't know if that's, you know, exactly how it goes down, but just that era of collaboration, being like, hey, I really love what you stand for. Let's put our heads together and let's see if we can write something that's like, you know, gonna top Billboard one day. Like, let's just try. Why not? So yeah, it's like a mix of having really good interpersonal skills, definitely being a strong writer. I mean, I went to school for writing, so yeah, I'm using it. I'm working in my field.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so based on your perspective then, what makes a great song?
Oh, good question. I am a sucker for lyrics, of course. I feel like if you don't have strong lyrics, and they don't rhythmically pull you in, like just with the music itself, the whole arrangement, I'm usually like, okay, it's just a vibe or whatever. Yeah, I would just say like something that really pulls on my heartstrings, something that makes me feel seen, makes me feel heard. It's all about lyrical content for me, because yeah, I think when it comes to instrumentals, like, yeah, I love to dance, love to move, all that's great. But yeah, if they're really saying something, I think that's a great song.
Okay, that's amazing. I love that answer too, because you've been able to explore so many different genres, but you do it so well throughout your music as well.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
thanks. I was like, man, if I had $1 for every time someone was like, you need to pick a lane, you need to pick a lane, like, I would have, trust me. But I like too much music, and I find that, yeah, collaboration really kind of opened the door to genres I loved, but I'd maybe never written in. And so, yeah, I'm always bringing myself to the table, whether I'm singing like reggae or I'm singing R&B. But yeah, just like paying respect to the music is an opportunity for me to learn as well, like what else and how else music can be better.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I'm also curious to get your opinion on samples though, because embedded in some of your music, you do include samples. So, as a songwriter, what's your opinion about sample usage?
I think it's great. I think if it's done, you know, like tastefully, and it adds to your music and it doesn't take away, or it's not like, you know, competing for the main hook or anything like that, I'm okay with it. I would say, well, my album that I'm rolling out right now, we didn't use like hardly any samples, which was
Yeah.
kind of our choice and our challenge. But yeah, I mean, I've worked with producers that are just like purely sample based, and it just shows me how some like little spark of inspiration can open you up into a whole another world. So yeah, I use it as like a learning tool as well.
Nice. Nice. Okay. And so you
Yeah.
said this upcoming project, you haven't used any samples.
Yeah, no, I don't think we used hardly any. My fiance produced it, so that was really intimate process, you know, like we live together, we have a child together, we're
Yeah.
making music together, like it's nonstop. So yeah, just like how that all came about was really just like every day, another day of our life. What song are we gonna make on April 1st, 2024? We're gonna just like, you know, kind of put this day in a little time capsule. So it's been
Oh, I
fun.
love that. So you guys are just like around the house or whatever, and then something comes to mind, and then you're like, let's take it to the studio or something.
Yeah,
Is that how it
no,
goes?
we built a full studio in our apartment in Toronto during the pandemic, and everything
Yeah.
is totally accessible here. I have a small space in our room, like even to record just myself. We call it Studio B. So there's really no excuse. Like we rent it out as well as like a small rehearsal space. So it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. It's a lot of work, but yeah, we've done it all in-house, which we're really happy about.
And so what is that dynamic like producing an album with your fiance, but also collaborating with your fiance so consistently?
It's cool. He's like an extremely talented musician, world-class saxophonist. He's toured, he's performed with legends,
He's won
and
Junos.
yeah, he's a Juno winner as well. And I just feel honored to be in his presence. Honestly,
Oh,
he's such a caring person when it comes to music, and he's a caring person, of course, in general, but like the way that he cares about music really showed me that there is so much more to it. And yeah, I feel like I have like my teacher. He's just like the person who I can be my most self with, and he gives me the most honest feedback, you know, even if it's hard to hear sometimes. He'll put
oh
it in a
wow.
way where it's like it could be better if you went this, you know, if you used that but you did it like this.
Mhm.
And I really appreciate that feedback because I'm so sensitive.
No, that's
I'm so
amazing. Is
sensitive.
there anything that you teach him?
Yes, I think empathy. I think, well, you know, he's empathetic for sure, but yeah, just different things. How to be softer, be more caring to himself. You know, it's cool because it's definitely a symbiotic relationship. We give and take from each other, but it's really with like a unity in mind and like a team and a family at the end of the day. So this is kind of, it's just our own little legacy that we want to create for ourselves.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. This is so amazing.
Aw,
And I love that you
thanks.
set the environment. The environment reflects the musical creativity that's happening constantly in your space. I love that. Speaking of the family dynamic, how has becoming a mother influenced your artistry?
Oh my God. I actually remember because I journaled about it the day my daughter was born. And she was actually born like at home in our studio. Like I did the whole home birth thing, and I'm proud of that. And I remember that day so vividly. Um, I remember journaling that I was actually proud of everything I'd accomplished up until this point. Like it
Wow.
really helped me feel validated in my own artist journey because it's so freaking crazy sometimes, and it's like, you know, you can doubt yourself along this path and feel like you've been misguided at certain turns. But I know that after having her, I felt extremely confident. I didn't question my art. I was just like seeing myself as an explorer,
Yeah.
and that I was on my journey, and I was so grateful when I got to meet her for the first time.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Will we hear her voice on the album?
She has, yeah, she's really the one that we sampled, if anything, you know, because we didn't like, limit the studio sessions during the production of this album to be like, you know, super sterile sound environments. It was kind of just like, you know, if a plate crashes or if a door swings, like whatever, we're not gonna be too precious about it. And
Yeah.
I feel like that inspiration comes from like Stevie Wonder, for example. You know, you can hear his daughter in some of his records, and yeah, just like those moments are so touching. You know, she's only going to be this little for so long, so it's been nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're able to mark this part of her life and this part in your family's story with the album, essentially. That's so
100%.
cool.
Yeah, it's totally dedicated to her, and yeah, we just can't wait to go again, you know, chapter 2. But yeah, she's definitely a huge inspiration to us.
Ah, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so touching. Okay, so you mentioned that you were
Yeah.
journaling. Have you found that you've been able to kind of like manifest aspects of your career as through journaling, or has there ever been any other correlations between your life and like what you were journaling?
Hmm. Well, I think in general, I'm a master manifester. I
Okay.
have a very strong intuition and a strong like power of future self, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I don't always, I would say I don't always do it like consciously. I think sometimes I'm just in the flow with my thoughts and then they
Yeah.
appear like, you know, a month later or what have you, in the physical realm. So that's pretty cool. And that's definitely a practice, but I've been journaling since I was like, you know, 12, 13 years old when I started writing songs. And I would say I more so manifest my songs through my journals. Um, and I'll give you
Interesting.
an example. Yeah, no, I like teach this strategy as well to other artists, but I do the Julia Cameron method where I do like morning pages. So I'll do like 1 to 3 pages of stream of consciousness. I don't know if you've heard of this, but it's pretty popular. I just write pretty much free write whatever's on my mind. It could be super boring, could be super dense, whatever it is. And
Okay.
then I'll go back like, you know, a week, a month later if I need inspiration. And I pretty much think in lyrics. Like, yeah, I realize so often that my subconscious is really speaking from my heart and like what I'm feeling about what I want to create. So I underline phrases that are just like natural lyrics. And then I feel like that's really kind of how I got my style. And a lot of people are like, wow, you know, they've told me your lyrics are speaking to me in this way, or they seem super real. And I'm like, well, yeah, it literally came from my journal in this way. So I definitely manifest my songs.
Wow. Okay, you just gave away your sauce, but I don't even think that
I love
anyone
it.
can duplicate that.
No, I teach it and I don't gatekeep it because I think it's so personal to you and it really is a practice. Like getting up and journaling every day, or you know, it doesn't even have to be in the morning, but at least like once a day. It's not easy. It's something that you have to commit to and build as a habit. But once
Mhm.
you're there, you're in the flow. And then, you know, it doesn't have to be songs, even if you write books or you write poems or whatever it may be. I think it's just a really good place to start.
Okay, I'll give
Give
it a try.
it a
That's really
try. You could get
interesting.
some like IG captions even. It can be anything, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think when you pour from the heart, like it's really the most pure form.
Okay, I love that. I love that so much. Okay.
I'm glad.
Um, yeah, so you mentioned that you teach that, and I know there are some
Hmm.
other community things that you do and activities. Do you mind just speaking about that?
Of course. I'll tell you about the one I'm super excited about right now because we're going into our third installment. But myself and another amazing, beautiful singer named Marley Unknown, who you should definitely have on the show. She's
I know
wonderful.
her.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
she's
good, good.
amazing.
Yeah, she's so cool. Yeah, we just connected and we realized that my community, like my circle of friends, the people I'm close to in music, really wanted more of a place for women to commune, and just jam and like, you know, network and have the opportunity to like share ourselves. And then she said the same thing. She's like, this is like literally what all my friends are asking for. So we've put our forces together and yeah, we created a platform called Pretty Girls Sing. And it's going really well. We're so excited about it. Hi, Trinity. Mommy. Yes?
I wanted the fish.
Okay. I have to change the TV for a 3-year-old.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, it's going really well. Like, it's been a mix of like storytelling, a mix of jamming, a mix of vulnerability exercises, networking. Like, we're kind of just figuring out what the community needs and wants and then creating it. So it's been going good.
So, okay, so this is open to any females basically in the
Yeah.
music industry, right? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool.
we called it
So
Pretty Girl Sing because it's like singing just makes you feel so good. It makes you feel so alive, and we want people to feel more beautiful from the inside out, and it's good. It's really fun. I hope more people come if they see it from here.
absolutely, yeah. If you're in the GTA, definitely check it out. Look it up on Instagram, and yeah, I would love to check it out as well. It's so
I hope
funny.
you come.
Yeah,
I would love to have you there and like speak at some point. That would be
yeah. So is it like a monthly thing, or
It's
just
so
like
far
quarterly?
it's monthly, yeah.
Yeah.
And like we'd like to increase the frequency, but right now we're just getting off the ground. It's very nonprofit driven. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to get our wheels greased.
Oh, that's amazing. No, that's amazing. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna get plugged in, and if you are a pretty girl who sings, I'm joking, definitely
Yes.
join the group as well. Okay, amazing. Are there any other community-oriented activities that you want to share?
Sorry, one second. What's
No,
that?
it's okay. Shout out everybody who is watching.
Yes. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, so I mean, there's so many good things in music going on in Toronto. You have like listening room, you have like so many independent
Listening.
artists.
Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started listening. That place is amazing.
Yeah, they're doing so good. And yeah, I mean, right now I just really want to make more bridges for women. I feel like, yeah, after the last 2 events we had with Pretty Girl Sing, it's very apparent that like women don't know how to reach out to each other.
Right.
There's still a lot of intimidation. There's still maybe a lot of like, we just don't think to reach out to each other first. And I would really like to change that conversation. Because when we get together, it's extremely powerful.
It's powerful.
And,
yeah.
Yeah. And like we can do pretty much everything a man can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not to take away from our brothers at all. I think it's just, let's see what this could be. Like, let's see how this could feel. Because yeah, I think too, like the struggles I've had in the industry sometimes is like not being taken seriously by my male counterparts, or not being paid fairly, or just being overlooked in general, and like, just trying to figure out how to make that better for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. And by uniting and starting the conversation, it was a great place to start. And then obviously diving into everybody's resources and like circles and stuff to see.
Yeah, goals,
you
right?
know?
Like, goals definitely have to be aligned. That's another thing I've learned is like you can collaborate all day and it will be a good use of your time. But if you're not aligned, nothing will really happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing will
Absolutely.
really come of it. And it's okay to create memories too. It's okay to just vibe. But
Yeah.
vibes don't pay the bills.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, amazing. So we know that you have an upcoming album with your fiance.
Called Calendars. Look out for it.
Yes. You say it's called Calendars?
The Calendars, yeah. That's our
The calendar. Okay, I like it. I like it. Amazing. Is there anything else we should know about the album?
Honestly, like it has a little bit of something for everyone. There's hip hop, there's R&B, there's reggae, there's jazz, there's pop elements. Like it's really funky, and I feel like we wanted to, just kind of create without limits this time. And then, based on people's feedback, like we want to get, more specific and keep going with our music. So it's good to get people's feedback. I like it when people
I feel like this would be a good start. Pardon?
Yeah.
Sorry, can you say that last bit again?
I was saying, like, I like hearing, you know, what people like and what they want to hear more of, what they want to hear less of. 'Cause, yeah, we're approaching it from like a really free place. So
I love it.
yeah.
I love that. I love that. I can't wait to hear it. But it's just so interesting too because like all the music that you have out so far, especially like the most recent ones, I like both. Like one is like more upbeat EDM. It has soulful vibes to it, but it's still very upbeat, not quite R&B. And then the other one's very reggae. So it's just like they're both really good. It's hard
Thank
to
you.
say
Yeah.
which sound I
Cool.
prefer.
I feel like it's a lot of it is a reflection of like where we're physically at, because we made a lot of this album in Barbados, and obviously I'm just getting steeped in the culture and like finding more to the music that I haven't been deeply exposed to. So yeah, in a way it's kind of like my music studies that I'm publishing.
Yeah.
and my music just like what I'm inspired by and what I want to pay homage to, because yeah, I've always loved reggae, and that's always been like the music of the people of my back, you know, of the backdrop. I think it's always such a good vibe, and then learning why and where that comes from is also equally important. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, we cannot wait, or let me speak for myself. I cannot wait to hear this genre fluid album. I think it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, I'll definitely be on the lookout. Do you have a time frame of when you want that to be out?
it should all be out by September. Like the first 2 singles are out, Knife and Bottle and Purple Cobra. So yeah, those are definitely catching a wave of their own. And then yeah, we're just gonna keep going with the singles, and then y'all will have the album.
So if you guys aren't already following SABRE on your favorite streaming platform, but specifically Spotify, because there's a follow button there, definitely do it.
Yeah.
Do it so you don't miss the release.
Thanks. Cool. Oh, and my name is SABRE, for anybody who needs to know. Come and follow me. Come and join me in my little universe, my crazy cat.
Okay, so yeah, my apologies for mispronouncing your name as well.
Baby. No, it's okay. One sec, baby. 1 second.
So I appreciate you for joining the live. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and I cannot wait to hear your album.
Thank you so much for having me. Thanks everybody for sticking on. Yeah, go follow Behind the Music, because this is a dope platform.
Yeah.
You're doing great
Thank
work.
you.
That's today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more conversations with artists in Canada.